Is John, does he have a game plan to try to elevate the status of grappling or to elevate the profile of it?
So he's talked about us. He talked about this to us. I remember I had one of the most important conversations of my career when John told us that you have to be exciting in one way or another. If you look at a guy like Chael Sonnen, for example, he hasn't defended the UFC title for 10 years in a row, but he was entertaining outside of the ring. So even though he didn't have the skills to beat the best guys consistently, people wanted to watch him because he was entertaining and he was different.
Yeah.
Where if you look at a guy like George wasn't really entertaining outside of the ring, but he would just go in and just beat everybody for, over the course of 2 or 3 generations. And he's like, if you look at notoriously who the most remembered and highest paid people, it's the people that were entertaining in the competition and outside of the competition. You look at Tyson, you look at Muhammad Ali, you look at Conor, guys that have the skills to back up what they're saying so that they're entertaining outside before the fight. People want to watch that. Like, he kind of goes to a press conference, everybody wants to watch it.
Yeah.
George goes to a press conference and everyone knows what's going to happen. George is going to be like, oh, he's very tough. I'm excited to fight him. But Conor goes to a press conference, he's fucking throwing monster cans and shit at people.
Who the fuck is that guy?
Like, people want to watch that.
Yeah.
But on the same token, the shit talk is the easy part, and it only takes you so far. Like, you only get so far with shit talk. So that's why you need to have the skills in order to actually be able to back up the shit talk. And John told us that we need to be exciting, either on or off the mat. We need to be different, and we just need to focus on being the best in the world. He's like, all the pre-fight antics and all the shit talk and all the interviews, that's the easy stuff. The hard part is being the best in the world. Like, if you just focus on being the absolute best in the world and that's your primary focus, everything else comes easy. So he set me down when I was like 17, and he talked to us about this, and I was like, you know what, that makes sense. And then like a few years later, I was like, man, maybe I should create like this King Ryan persona. Like, it's different, people can get behind it, and it's entertaining, and then it ended up working out.
So it was a sort of a calculated effort.
Yeah.
It's got to be so weird to have a guy like that as a mentor,
Dude.
because there's only one of them out there.
Yeah, and it's just like, on the mats, it's like literally like a cheat book. Like, you ask John a question about anything, you ask him about a striking question, you ask him about a grappling question, doesn't matter. You ask him about a frisbee question, and he knows the answer. And then you have a guy who's there all day long, all year long, and he knows everything about everything.